dry? When did we trade compassion for code? Headlines for hearts, clicks for souls. Every life is breath from above. Every death should shake us with love. All lives matter, we're just the ones we choose. When a soul is taken, do we feel or do we lose? The reverence, the holy fire inside. All lives matter, but do we live it with our lives?
Anyways, there's another one.
As a former Canadian politician who was in politics for 10 years, an elected official for 7, I've attended and spoken at a lot of press conferences. So when I tell you that I have literally just watched one of the stupidest and most idiotic press conferences in my life, I speak from experience. And given that I had to deal with Doug Ford, aka Fat Trudeau, and his idiotic mistakes all the time, I don't say that lightly either. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's the media briefing from the Australian authorities on December 16 following the mass shooting at Bondi Beach. You know, the one where 2 Muslim men with links to the Islamic State, an Islamic terrorist group, opened fire on innocent Jews just celebrating Hanukkah at Bondi Beach. That one? Yeah. Let's tune in and see what Australian Federal Police Commissioner Chrissy Barrett has to say.
These are the alleged actions of those who have aligned themselves with a terrorist organisation, not a religion.
Really? Really? As someone who's from the Middle East and as someone who has experienced Islamic terrorism firsthand, I can tell you without a shred of doubt, and you can take this to the bank, the Islamic terrorist attack at Bondi Beach, right, the one on December 14, where 2 Muslim men who were affiliated with ISIS, ISIS being the Islamic State, right? That's the Muslim terrorist group that goes around yelling Allahu Akbar while they chop people's heads off, yelling Allahu Akbar while they blow themselves up for the cause of jihad and Allah, yelling Allahu Akbar while they martyr themselves because they believe that the fastest way to get into heaven and get their 72 virgins is to murder infidels. Yeah, those guys. 100% motivated by religion. 100% motivated by religion. Because that's what it says in the Quran. That's what it says. Why do you think they call themselves the Islamic State?
I think you would have to be literally brain dead not to know that that was based off of religious ideology. You would have to be brain dead, like brain cells completely removed from your brain. How can somebody check out that far, way out to lunch, and not even understand what they just did? How can you say that it wasn't religiously motivated? "95 or 98% of terrorist attacks are done by Islamists." Why? Ask yourself, out of all the religions in the world, why? We should be looking at their Quran. It's not a religion of peace. Some of them do want to live in peace though, and hey, if you're not like, a fundamentalist Islam, that's fine. Go right ahead. Live out your life with the freedoms of Canada without trying to hurt infidels and convert people. Go right ahead. All the joy to you. Like I said, if you want to live in peace, live in peace. That's what I want. I want to live in peace. But if you want to dominate, take over, and infiltrate, nah, that's not compatible with our Western values. And I think it's about time, I think it's about time that we actually take a look at this and really think about it in terms of what does Western values really look like? What do we actually stand for? And how do we protect that while also giving people the right to live in peace? I think that one person I was watching on X the other day had a really good suggestion that if Muslims want to live in Western society, they have to kind of denounce their Islamic religion in the sense that they will not try to infiltrate, dominate, or take over. But then again, like I said, in their Quran, they can actually deceive and lie in their religion in war times. So if they felt like this was a war tactic against them and their religion, they could say and even sign documents and whatever, and then later go back on it because that's part of their religion. So I think that we should not be letting them at all in our countries that have these value systems, these structure systems that we are against them, enforcing Sharia law and their Quran and their religion on everybody and converting the whole world. No. I think it would be better if we made it we gave them an island, built a wall around that island, right? Put them all in there and let's see if they're still there in 100 years. That would be better. That's what I think. Yes, because they do not want to assimilate. They want us to assimilate. And no. All right, y'all. I'll be back a little later.
All lives matter. We're just the ones we choose. When a soul is taken, do we feel